We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
James Woods can say is, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy. When a Bowen turned into a vampire, all James Woods could say was, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy. When he became Peter's best friend, they sat around the house and said, piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy. And you know that James Woods practices lingerie well, but everything that he reads becomes real hard to spell. Everyone tries to help him, but the words just won't come out. There's only one thing he can think of, and it's what comes out his mouth. Ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy. When he comes out of his house, the women scream and shout. Ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy. When they know that he's an actor, the best of them all when he says, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy. Reese's Pieces on the floor and watch him conversate. Ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy. And you know that James Woods practices lingerie well, but everything that he reads becomes real hard to spell. Everyone tries to help him, but the words just won't come out. There's only one thing he can think of, and it's what comes out his mouth. Ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy. When he comes out of his house, the women scream and shout. Ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
That girl, wherever I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
So, a creature for my amusement. Prepare for battle.
Fucking thing sucks!
Did it work? Oh, candy! Candy sweet! Beautiful! Sorry, I'm just looking at the fruits of my labor this week. Hi, everybody. I'm not a fan of too much headroom, sorry. It's Junk Warren here on another Thursday evening. Thought we'd do something a little bit different tonight. And have like a special shout out show to the peeps that help occupy this space we call the interwebs, particularly independent media. This is more like an independent talk show where it's not really exactly a news show, but you get the idea. So without further ado, let's get to why you folks are really here. See my ugly John Malkovich looking face. So that's inside joke. Look at these ladies. Hey, y'all are live. What?
Hey, everyone.
Got Noli D and Jimi Sunderland and Bess from Millennial Splaining. Hey, Bess, purple in the background. What's going on? What have you? I see you're wearing purple. That's nice.
I'm wearing purple. The purple background is my Zoom thing, and once I figure out how to do that on StreamYard, I'll have it here too. But I can't figure that out yet.
You're gorgeous. Don't go changing.
Nah.
Yeah, Bess is one of our returning champions on the show. She is a veteran of this bullshit, and we appreciate her being on. Jimmy, you are with KRTD, and you are helping to run the show over there for our buddy Shane. How are you doing this evening, doll?
I am good, toughing it out through this COVID stuff, but I'm here. I'm rocking it.
Now you and Joe Firestone were doing a show last night, and I was being a bad person and saying that there were gray trees behind you that were trying to attack you, and it was just they were just they're just what do they call those?
So blinds? I decided since I came to your show, I didn't want to scare you with the gray trees, and I brought you a regular tree.
Just one. Oh, there's more in the back.
There's a bunch of them back there, but this is my tree.
Jimmy, that's a little more intimidating because those are real trees. All right. I was just having hallucinations last night while watching you and Joe, and but now this is for real. And I may have to take another edible just to even it out. We got Noli D in the house. Noli, how are you doing, doll?
I am fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Trying to get the word out to let everybody know you're live.
You are awesome, and I'm glad that you're coming to us live from David Lynch's living room, because that is just like you got like all kinds of like you got kind of that softness in the back and I keep wanting to hear that.
You like my leg lamp?
I do. Fragile. It must be Italian. Oh, I love a leg lamp. I want to get one, but unfortunately my Blues Brothers Flophouse apartment is not big enough, and I've already got enough crap in here. So not that I'm saying that's crap. I'm just saying I have a lot of crap in this place.
It is crap, but I love it, and I had to have it, and it's mine.
It's yours, so you can call it crap, but no one else can call it crap. If it's like a child. It's like if it's one of your kids, you can call that kid a dumbass because you probably know that kid's a dumbass, but nobody else can, right? It's kind of the same thing.
Please don't have kids.
I hope my kids aren't watching right now.
I better not have no damn kids. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Look, every Father's Day I check that mailbox to make sure I don't get no cards. So, and that's for a reason. Before we get started, let me shout out everybody in the chat that decided to show up here tonight for y'all. Dolores Piers, hello. KRTD Media, what's up, buddy? Ghost Start, okay. And then we have Shane Coughlin's here. Fake Steve Grumbine. Our Russian porn bots are in here too. We're trying to get rid of those, hopefully. I don't know. E. Heller, what's up, buddy? Kit Cabello, Chicago boys up in here. Speaking of Blues Brothers. Who else we got in here? Reef Breland and DJ L7 and Charlie Brown's Rebellion. Steve Wolfbrand. Wow, this is like this might be an actual show tonight, y'all. This is pretty cool. I'm a little nervous. I'm not used to people showing up, so you know. What I'd like to do first, before we get to the silly fun stuff, is let's go around the horn, and we'll start with we'll go in reverse order this time. Noli, if you want to tell us what you got going on in your life as far as like where you're at in the independent media space, that would be cool.
Okay, well, besides my own little channel, I work for the Real News Network for just the PAR segments, the Police Accountability Report, and I do a lot of their research, and I'm basically like a run producer, but just for that specific segment.
Oh, okay. And how long you been doing that for?
2 years.
Cool. This is like a job interview. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you think your talents do to bring to... I got nothing. Jimmy! I told you it's that kind of show. Jimmy, yes. You are with, like we said, we are with KRTD. If you want to tell us like what capacity, what are the things that you're doing over there?
I am... Wow. He's got the strobe lights going on in the background.
Is that the popo? Is the popo there? Jimmy about to get the bracelets, baby!
No, my husband is a lighting guy, and he's trying to make a cool light behind me, see? So it doesn't look bad once it starts getting dark. But
that looks like you're about to get arrested. No offense to your husband, but you look like you're about to get arrested. And yeah, so
That's
anyway.
Great. That's great. That's all right. I told you I didn't want to smoke on screen. I keep telling you guys. No, just kidding. I am the Deputy Executive Director for KRTD Media.
It's raining.
It's not raining. Don't say that. Jesus Christ.
It's raining men.
Oh
Hallelujah.
my God.
Sorry.
It's raining. Okay. So yeah, I'm the Deputy Executive Director at KRTD Media. I am also producer of a lot of the shows that are going on right now. All the New Year shows that have started this month, I have helped produce and design. So I just pretty much my passion is to hear somebody's idea for a show and make it become a reality for them. And that's what KRTD has allowed me to do. So that's pretty much what my dream job is and what I get to do as a volunteer, even at KRTD Media. So, yeah.
Right on. Sounds cool. Bess, Millennials Planning, how's the show going?
It's going super duper great because we are on hiatus right now. So it's going so well, taking off. Everybody's loving it. Like I was in Newsweek last week. I mean, it's amazing. Obviously, big lie. I have been trying to move for like a few months now. So anybody that knows me has known that I've been going to move for like since October, essentially. And it's just been getting caught up with different things. Like everybody I know got COVID, including my future roommate. And like, you know, it's just a hot mess over in Bess Goden land. So, I've just been dealing with my personal life stuff at the moment. But as soon as I get settled, which I'm hoping will be at the end of January, I'm going to be putting out content again. I have like at least 10 interviews that are like sitting gathering dust in my computer, and I feel awful because they're all like from the summer and all these people are waiting for me to put them out, and I'm a horrible person. So
Indeed you are,
anyway,
but that's why we
so
love you.
I will have banging content, a lot of different subjects. We talk about like, oh, I have one with Leslie Lee, who is super awesome, and we talk about whether Batman is a cop, which is also something I talked about on Nerdolitics that used to be on the Revolutionary Blackout Network. And I also have another one with Iramiose Frimpong about white feminism. I also have one with Meg McPherson, my INN sister, about Cruella when that came out. So like I have all kinds of stuff up and down all over the place. Um, so definitely, go to malensplain.com. Check out my stuff. Give me some money if you can, because I could use it for the move. And check out what I've got. Mostly my YouTube is the most updated, but I also have a podcast. So that's what's moving and shaking over here. I also do some design work as my other side hustle, and I just put up a lovely. I should have sent it to you. Now I think about it. I just put up a lovely tribute design to Betty White because she's one of my favorite role models in history.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in that, go check out my Redbubble link, which should be on my website as well. So
that was amazing too. Yeah, it was like kind of like an Andy Warhol looking Foursquare with Betty White in there. That was you drew that, right?
No, don't be deceived. It was a computer program. Like, relax.
No, we want to deceive people.
It, but like, just relax.
No one watching this deserves the truth. No one. Spread your lies.
Like, I'm gonna sit here and represent myself as a fine artist, other than crochet, because I feel like I have earned the right to call myself a crochet fine artist. Here's a doily that I was working on.
You held it. Oh, there it is. I was about to say, you just held it up like it was a hostage video or something. Here, proof of life. Drop the money off at the bus station.
It's beautiful. You loved it.
I did. I loved it.
Anyway,
everything was perfect. Nothing was wrong whatsoever. So why I've gathered you here this evening to pay respects to women in independent media, and since you're women in independent media, I've paid my respects to you all as well. And we were talking before we went live. So why is a dude doing this? Isn't it usually one of these things like all women? And I'm like, well, men should show their appreciation to all kinds of people that are in this space, and that includes women. And even though it is 2022 now, there still is misogyny going on in this world. And as much as we know what your talents and what you're capable of, I feel like the men also have to protect our sisters. You know what I mean? I've worked with some awesome women in the past, and like I said, I'm a mama's boy, so my view of women has been shaped by those people, because they taught me through their actions, right? And I would say probably 95% of the women that I've worked with are just hardworking people, and we're just a joy to learn from. So much knowledge, and I just want to say thank you all for what you're doing, and I really respect the work that you all are putting in all the different ways that you do it. Do you think, and this is for anybody who wants to jump in, do you think that women are being restricted in independent media, and how so?
I agree. I think that we're being not only being restricted, but I don't think that we have yet realized our worth, like as a whole, to where we feel like we're comfortable enough to even be able to do something like this on a regular basis, or reach out. There's a turning point coming soon, probably, because women are getting very much more empowered thanks to people like you and this kind of shows that you're doing and stuff. So it's starting to, but I think that's it. Is it's a bit of both. Half and half, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And like, I just want to point out, remember how we had a black president and everyone thought racism was solved, and then all of the Black Lives Matter happened? That's how it is with feminism. I just need to let you know about it, because all of the fights that we were fighting in the 60s or whatever you're thinking of, we're still fighting them today. The job that I had before my current job, I was asked if I was married in the job interview. That kind of crap still happens. It's all over the place. So, it's a constant battle to sort of be respected. And it's hard enough to speak out as a woman at all, because most men will just automatically talk over you, like not even in a mean way. A lot of my guy friends do it just because they have the social training to sort of assume that that it's okay to talk over me, that it's okay to barge into the conversation, or they know what I'm going to say next, or whatever it is. That happens a lot, 100%. So it's difficult for women to get audiences that respect what they have to say. It's difficult to be a woman who doesn't fit into the perfect little blonde model, as evidenced by, Crystal Ball and, all of those like Hill people. They're all beautiful and they all could be on MSNBC, right? But like, I would never fucking get a job doing that. But I'm real. I'm the real woman here. We are the real women here. They didn't have the lives that we've led. So I really feel like that I'm excited to see more and more women come out. You ladies are amazing. Also Sabby Sabs. There are a lot of great women in this space that are just, have started out in the last few years. And I'm really excited to see more of that, and have us work together. And I mean, yeah. So I mean, obviously Katie Halper as well. I want to shout her out too, because she was one of my major inspirations for starting a podcast. So yeah. So I don't want to ramble on forever, but I definitely think that it's difficult, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to talk about it, and I'm grateful for you ladies. So rock on. I'm grateful for you too, Warren. Don't take that personally. You can be a lady tonight if you like. You can be an honorary lady.
Ooh.
I have a little short story to share with you guys. I can't name names or anything like that, but if you know me, I'm not going to bullshit you. There was a woman who worked for a news outlet. She'd been there for 5 years. This man who had the same amount of education as she did, the same amount of experience, came on brand new and was making $20,000 more a year than her, doing the same job.
Yep.
That's $20,000 a year more, and she had 5 years seniority on the guy. So that's how well respected women are in independent media right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, when I was growing up in the South, you saw a lot of misogyny, a lot of like know your place kind of business, and I was never taught that. My dad said, not only do you respect your mother, you respect women, right? And because they're because he saw. I mean, he grew up in like the Great Depression, right? And women back then were working just as hard as men. I mean, just like today. Everybody's busting ass these days, right? But back then, it was like a different social paradigm was as far as how women were treated, right? I mean, my dad, when he was a kid, this wasn't too far after women got the right to vote, right? So there was still that, yeah, okay, we're giving women some respect, but still, it's like, you know, it was just, you know, the total disrespect in all other areas. It was just to him, it was just like unpalatable. And same thing with me, right? And I have two older sisters. That my middle sister is one I'm closest with, and she taught me so many things that you know, I just I can never repay her for that knowledge, you know. So I have to do whatever I can to help her and whatever she needs, you know, in my power. But that all being said, let's look to the future. Let's look at where we are right now in independent media, right? I was inspired to come into this space basically by three people. Steve Poikonen, when he did his Get Your Shit Together show, that kind of inspired this show. But the journalistic aspect of it, I got to give shout outs to Fiorella and Misty, right? Who I love those women. They're my sisters from other misters. You know what I mean? They're just like the best. And it's like, I see what they're doing. Misty has got a new show with Glory that was on this afternoon at around 4 o'clock our time out here on the East Coast. And Fiorella, she's down in the global South, down in Nicaragua. And you love to see that, especially like when the shitlibs were on Twitter talking about like all the stuff that was going on and down there, but they didn't have anybody down there. They were just hearing what the mainstream media was telling them, and Fiorella and Pasta and Johnny standing there like, oh, no, bitch, we're on the ground. Kind of like January 6th, same thing. They were on the ground for all that stuff, too. And it's like, that gives me hope for independent media. And what I guess, you know, hopefully we can get through the serious stuff so we can get to the silly stuff. But I do want to ask each one of you, like, you know, what do you hope to achieve, you know, in the next few years as far as like what you want to do in this space? You know, do you want to do more shows? Do you want to be more of a behind the scenes person and like support, or like, you know, what do you want to do? Bess, why don't you go ahead?
Well, this is a long-term goal, obviously, but I'm thinking something a little bit like Dollywood. I would like eventually to have like a Bessie Wood, like a theme park / museum to myself. No, that is obviously a joke.
Damn, you gave me a Hollywood Squares answer. You know, Hollywood Squares, they give you the joke answer, and then they give you the real answer. You gave me the joke. You gave me the Hollywood Squares. Look, we're like,
that's a hell of a question, right?
We're five short of Hollywood Squares.
Kidding about the job interview thing.
Well, I mean, like, okay, so you have a show on YouTube now, right?
Yes.
I mean, do you want to do like you just want to keep building on that show, or do you want to just like expand out, do other things, or what?
Yes, I do. I do have a real answer. Yeah, I'll give you one. So, I would love to eventually write a book called Millennial-splaining that will talk about our generation, that will talk about what how we came of age during the recession. If you've ever seen me on any show ever, I have a whole spiel about it. I usually go blah 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 and I'm smart, but right now I'm not smart. So but we really are, I do believe, a generation lost. I do believe that we didn't have the same chance at the national microphone. So eventually I would like to see myself write a book about it. My podcast is, partially something I did to get my feet wet in performing again, because we talked a lot about this when I was on your show earlier, Warren, but I have a history in theater, and then my parents passed away, and then I got PTSD. So I haven't really done a lot of even public speaking in a very long time. So this is kind of a way for me to sort of reacclimate to talking in front of an audience again. And we'll see, I think, down the road where that takes me. You certainly got my mind spinning when you suggested to me that we should go to an open mic night. I was thinking about what jokes I might write for that.
Good.
And
I still want to do that.
The other side of me is an author. I have a few children's books, like half written, that I'm hoping to put one of them out, which will just be a collection of like silly poems. I'm hoping to put that out on Audible within maybe like, I don't know, April-ish or so. That would be nice. That part of myself, I intend to nurture as well. And, we'll see where life takes me. Like, I really believe that this economy that we're in right now is brand new, and that we as creators are in the marketplace for ourselves now. And we are, building a future by creating projects for ourselves, because we can do a lot of direct to publishing. We can, go straight on YouTube. We can talk directly to our audience. We are really, investing in our future when we do a podcast, when we write a book, when we do things like that. So I'm hoping that at some point I will be able to essentially retire into a creative career, and that will eventually be my goal. Now, do I want to like blow people's minds and have great ideas and like change the fucking world? Like, yes, absolutely. But do I think one podcast is going to do it? Probably not so much. It probably wouldn't be me anyway. It'd probably be Joe Rogan. But I have some stuff I want to say, and I'm really tired of sitting on it. So this is my place to say it. And I got plenty of stuff to say about feminism, so don't let me ramble on too long.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we're as limited on time as you are, so that's because I ain't going anywhere, and people don't really like associating with me in person, so I save a lot of money on social activities. Jimmy, you and I were talking a little bit of shop before we started. I saw you last night on Joe's program. Joe Firestone's. I love Joe. Damn, I was gonna do a Joe Firestone impression. I can't. I can't do it. It's like, hello, hi, ladies, how are you? Now I just sound like some quack from the Upper East Side.
That was a good try.
You sound like Jerry Lewis. Hi, lady.
Hi, it went so well in rehearsal, but then I got on stage. It was like, pee. Oopsie. So I like talking with you, Jimmy, about the tech stuff because you seem to speak the language that I'm speaking, and if you can just tell us like some of the things you're interested in tech wise, and also like what you want to do in the space and what you think you might be able to accomplish in the near future.
Yeah. So in the future, my ultimate goal is to be as cool as your Nightbots in your comment section. Other than that,
those guys are assholes.
They're fucking great. No, you know what? I'm a simple, regular, humble person from the middle of nowhere, California. Literally, my ultimate goal is to be able to own a computer big enough to where I can put a studio inside of it. That's all I want. I want to be able to help more people build more shows. That's all I've ever wanted to do. And since I've gotten the chance to do it now, I don't even want to stop. I mean, I probably eventually want to do my own show. I just have 1,000 different things running through my mind and I haven't figured it out yet, but I definitely want to have my own show, just because me helping other people out with other shows started off with me needing people to help out with ideas for shows that I wanted to do. So I think it'll all make it that full circle eventually. So that's my ultimate goal. I just want to own a computer.
I know. I'm so fascinated by all this tech stuff. that is available,
Yeah.
and a lot of it's free, you know, or
Yep.
at least you can learn on the free stuff, and then if you start making money, then you can buy the more, you know,
Yep.
the proper stuff, I guess. But hell, man, if you're making do with the free stuff, I think, because
Yeah, I
like,
mean, even OBS is amazing. Like, people don't even
Yeah.
realize, you know, yeah, it takes a while to learn because it's very advanced, but shit, man, once you learn to ride that bicycle, you can do almost anything. So,
yeah,
my
yeah,
ultimate dream is to have a studio like Oz. Oz has like the coolest studio ever. So, I don't know if you
Oz,
guys know Oz,
yeah,
yeah. And Roar
Oz had.
Media.
Oh yeah, shout out to Roar Media. He's in
Mhm.
the chat tonight. Oz gotten a little bit of Aquaman trouble over the weekend, and hopefully everything is okay by him.
Uh-oh.
You
Is that
know,
me?
lot of water around his part of the woods, but Oz has been doing that for a while. I cut my teeth back in the 90s. I used to, when I was working at TV stations, I did a little bit of everything. Basically, what I've never done is anchor the news. So this show is kind of my way of like making that dream come true. Only I don't have the pancake makeup or the nice, you know, $300-$400 suit. I'm working on it.
Right.
But the tech stuff was just amazing. I got to direct newscasts and stuff, and so when I got a hold of OBS, I was like, wait a minute. I was seeing so many similarities with what we were using with like a Grass Valley 300 switcher, and you know, just like but everything was just, instead of having physical buttons, you have digital buttons. So it wasn't like that
Yep.
big of a, you know, crossover to that. So
Right.
Noli up in the corner there smoking cigs, like, you know, like she's the pimp and she got a hoe in the room and she want to make sure she okay. She's like, treat
If
her
you
right.
only knew. If
Treat
you
her
only
right.
knew.
I know. I don't only know. I know. No, I don't know nothing. I'm just making up shit. You said you work for Real News Network, right?
Yes.
What? And are you kind of like in a support role with those guys? Or are you thinking about doing something more with them, or like what do you got going on that you think?
We're working on a documentary right now about Eric Brandt. He's serving 12 years for hopes and wishes, thoughts and prayers. Like, legitimately, that is what he's serving 12 years for. And I want to kind of, when we're done with that one, we got another one that we're going to be working on. And I like it. You know, I do the run producing for that end of it, and I do research for PAR, and usually set up all the interviews and stuff like that. Like most of the guests that are on PAR are like, they go through me to get there. I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Oopsie sauce. That's okay.
But
there's only
as far as plans for the future, you know, my thing is, you know, it's been police accountability and abolishing what the hell is it? I know what it is. Qualified immunity. And I've been doing that for 13 years now. I've been trying to also get, in my county where I live, we have one dash cam in one car in the entire county.
Wow.
And if you go to my channel and you go back about a year and a half, 2 years ago, there's a video of a man being murdered by the police here locally in my county. And it's just something that happens frequently, but nobody knows about it because there's no cams. Well, this happened to happen. This happened in front of a surveillance camera in Aberdeen. And I did everything I could. I got the files. I have them still on my other computer that are taking up so much space, it's not even funny. And the lies and the deception and the difference between what the Aberdeen Police Department says and what the sheriffs say happened. And even the guns that he supposedly had, which he didn't. I have a full video. They never pulled a gun off this dead body, okay? There was never a gun. There's even an eyewitness who said there was no gun. He had no gun. He was just pissed off and screaming because the cops were harassing him. And I sent everything that I got from them to the prosecutor, thinking maybe she only got what the sheriff got. She didn't even crack open anything. I tried going to the state attorney general. I went to the bar association. I mean, I went every direction I could. And nobody gives a flying fuck that they murdered this man and that they've murdered other people. And we're in like small town podunk fucking nowhere. So that's kind of been like, those are my drives. I want to deal with those things, you know, locally. And then, you know, as far as career wise, I want to just keep working on documentaries and stuff, and helping people dealing with the court system and dealing with the police. I mean, the people who we have on the show, my bosses can't be involved in anything, but I don't have that restriction, and so I stick with them through their courts crap, and I help them in any way I possibly can. I will fly out and I will go to court with them, just so that they don't have to go alone. Because a lot of times, you know, showing up alone, the judge is just automatically going to be like, yeah, well, this is what we're going to do with you because you have no support system. So clearly you're not a good person because you don't have people with you, and which is bullshit. I've been doing a lot of studying on the judges' bench books, which in your state, in your county, in your city, every judge has a bench book. They're not all the same, but they're pretty much the same. And these are rules and regulations that the judges must go by. And if they do not, they can be yanked off that bench for life. And you know how many judges I've seen that actually follow those rules? Fucking none. Mm. You want to know how many judges I've seen get yanked off the bench because of it? One.
Yeah. That sounds a lot like what was going on down south too. I remember growing up, then even when I was doing news down there, you would see all that kind of that good old boy network kind of situation, you know. And it's good that you are, you know, keeping your eyes on that and you know, using the space, using independent media, you know, to put that shit out on Front Street, because a lot of people don't know that that's actually going on, you know. And I think that's
they don't
why
realize how bad it is, and that it is in every single town, every city, every little podunk, wherever corner that you're from. I don't care if you're from fucking Tenasket, okay? It's going on there too. It's not just the cops, it's the judges, it's the lawyers, it's the prosecutors, it's the jailers. You know, there a couple of years ago, Shelly Tilson was killed by starvation and dehydration after being beaten. He spent 9 days in a cell with no food and no water, and he died, and they watched him fucking die.
Wow.
Yeah.
And nobody's being prosecuted for it. Nobody's being held. Every single person who walked by that cell while he was begging for help should be in prison right now.
Yeah.
Those are the people that need to be in prison.
And that's why we need independent media, and not just for those, for all the shenanigans that are going on that the mainstream media is not going to cover, because they're people's are probably in cahoots with that stuff, you know. It's like, you know, so I think, you know, I'm a the more the merrier kind of person when it comes to getting people to, you know, say what they need to say. Like if they have information, this is a great place to report it, because now, in my opinion at least, and I've talked to other people who've felt the same way, that their trust, you know, it's like old schoolers like me that had grown up with the mainstream media and are now finding these little treasure troves of real information. You know, used to, if you got something off the internet, you know, you wore a tinfoil hat, and you know, you were a bit of a character. You know, you were probably the guy walking down the sidewalk in your small town talking to nobody else around but yourself, you know, and maybe you got like a pet cricket that you call, you know, Billy Bo or Billy Boo, or anyway, I'm not saying I know somebody like that, even though I do.
Or that you're like that.
Or no, I'm not. No, I don't have friends. I don't care if they're crickets or not. You know, I like to keep a safe distance. You know, I save a ton of money at Christmas and birthdays. And people tend to call me asshole, which is fine. I'm good with that. So yeah, now it's time for silly stuff because I know you ladies. I've spoken to you individually, and you're very humorous people. So and you probably wouldn't be on here if you didn't have some sort of interaction with me where humor wasn't involved. You'd be like, I don't know, this guy's kind of like, I don't want to end up on a milk carton, that kind of thing. So we're gonna go around and we're gonna do a this is, what do they call those things? It's an exercise for group management. First off, has anybody ever been like in some sort of job where they tried to do something they thought was fun and you were like, oh hell no, I'm not doing that shit, that's stupid?
Yes.
Yeah. Any what's the winner? What's the winner chicken dinner? What's the worst one you ever heard?
I recall an instance at my last job, which was in the pharma industry. It was like a small lab, and the president of the lab got everybody together and said, the girls go in this room, the boys go in this room, but they were like adjoined, and everybody had a balloon, and you were supposed to hold the balloon above your head. And then everybody else got a pin in their other hand. And this is not a pin. Sorry about
Jesus.
that. But so then he was like, okay, now I'm going to start the timer. And at the end of it, you will see who wins. And we're all like, what the fuck are we doing? Holding this shit. So he starts the timer. The timer, like, we literally stand there for a minute, full on, just in lines, girls, boys, right, with a balloon and a pin, okay? And at the end of the minute, he was like, oh, everybody still has their balloon. That's amazing. We are the best in the whole fucking world. We're a team, blah, blah, blah. And then he showed us a video, like a YouTube video of what it was supposed to be. And he was supposed to tell us that we were supposed to run around popping other people's balloons because it was, like we were on teams and whoever's team had like the last standing balloon won. You know what I'm saying? So like he rigged the game from the beginning so that he could tell people that we won. Like the most amazing group work ever.
It's like the science fair. It's like everybody's a winner. It's like
Are they though? Are they?
No. Look, I'll tell you something about the science fair. All right, so I was and still am a huge nerd, and but we had science projects we had to do in junior and senior. Well, no, we did it from 9th grade to 12th grade. And the first 2 years I did it, it was just, I actually did it legit. It was like sucked. And I didn't know. See, here's the thing. When you want science fair, you don't give a shit about the science, right? It ain't about the science. It's about getting out of school. And if you go to state, then it's an overnight trip, right? And you might go to like a steakhouse or something, some shit like that, because not a lot of people get to go to state. So, yeah. And, so the first 2 years I did that, and no dice. I was doing it legit. And then the last 2 years, my junior and senior year, totally made it up. 100% made up the numbers. I made up the whole thing. I think it was the effects of metal salts on brine shrimp, right? It was basically like if you had like cans because around that time they still had like tin cans, I guess. Well, I guess they still have to. I don't know, but. You had cans in a river or something, and like, was it affecting the aquatic life? And that was all bullshit. And I made it all nice and pretty. I went to the regional, and then I went to state with that, and I almost won at state. Liar John Malkovich! Ah!
So,
right.
wait. Not to get all serious on you, though, I'm curious. Did brine end up hurting the environment?
I don't know.
Oh.
The shrimp, the brine, did the metal in the cans affect the brine shrimp that I did not test or even have access to? Brine shrimp are sea monkeys, right? That's the same shit. So if you ever seen these old school like sea monkeys and you see like humans with forks sticking out of their heads, that's all bullshit.
I was so pissed when that's not what I got was,
right?
Tiny people.
Fucking lion ass comic book bullshit. And yeah, you look through these little magnifying glasses, and it was just it looked like just like white dandruff just going swimming around. You're like, the fuck. But I don't know why they didn't call me out on it, because I said, yes, in this particular test, we used an iron sulfate. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I've been saving that secret for years because I was always afraid that my science teacher, who's still alive, may actually, call me up and say, I'm very disappointed in you, and I can't have that kind of guilt from 30 years ago. Has that ever happened to you, Jimmy? You ever been in like a situation where you're like, oh God, please kill me now. Where's the exit? That kind of thing. Like,
You obviously don't know where I worked in my 20s.
Was it with Bess? And did they pop balloons over your heads? Tell us the story.
I worked at a bikini bar during my entire 20s. So
I'm
a retired exotic dancer. Yeah. So there's definitely been numerous times where I said, fuck no, especially when it came to like wet t-shirt contests, Jello fights, things like that. I didn't want to do any of it because I knew like, what's the point? I've got to work, like go back on stage right afterwards. So I would just host it. That was a lot of fun. And I got to touch on boobies and stuff. It was great.
Well, that's the end of this show. I don't think we're able to top that. No, I was almost an exotic dancer till they saw me. And then, yeah, they said, no dice, precious. You see the 4 letters EXIT. Just keep going. Just keep on walking. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
That's all right.
Nolly, I know you got some sort of bullshit like story about like something bizarre that you had to do at work that you were like, I better have bail money on me. Somebody's going to jail.
I never got that bad.
No.
There was a 3-day camping trip that we went on, and it was all about trust building and crap like that. And it was literally every bullshit cliche fucking thing you could possibly think of that you've seen in every movie where they're adults are at a kid's camp for a week or whatever. The trust fall and doing skits and just crap like that. And of course, just like teenagers, everybody ran off and was screwing everybody else, in the evening.
This show got scandalous all of a sudden.
Really, really well. We got to know each other really, really well. I will say that.
You're a group of girls. What do you expect? The
following year, when they said they were doing it again, I said, I'm not going. I'm not doing it. You guys can fuck off. No. And so.
No, I hear you. That
it was so fucking stupid. Dude. Why? I could have been doing anything else for those 3 days. But instead, I'm out in the nooch fucking camping.
I never could stay.
I live in the woods. Why am I out here camping?
I know, right? This is like, you live in the city, it's like, just go hang out in front of a Starbucks. It's like, hey, urban camping. I never could stand those team building things, right? Because you know how it is. You're like, this is what I would do. Like any new job, I was always like, the wallflower at first, right? Just kind of like listening and looking.
No.
With purpose, because I would do that I was on a scouting mission to see who the cool people were, who the ass kissers were, who the burnouts were. And, because it's just like high school. You got all kinds of cliques at the work. You got the ones like, hey, today's going to be a great day. Let's have fun, everybody. You're just like, motherfucking.
Those are the yearbook people.
You just want to, if only I knew a place to hide the body. But, you can't do that because Johnny Law kind of catches you. But, so I would do that at first. And then, the ones that are usually doing the team building shit were the ones that were just like, yeah, they were pretty much their lips firmly implanted on the boss's ass, and the rest of us are just like, okay, I think we need an adult or two. But I just never thought that kind of shit works. And what I like about what's going on, and even in this dynamic, like I've talked to, I mean, Noli and Jimmy, I've talked to them through like Twitter and stuff, mostly typing and stuff. And Bess is probably, you and I probably had the most FaceTime together, and I'm a big communications dude, right? So, I feel like I feel very comfortable around all three of you, because I've gotten at least a semblance of what you're about. Now you could be murderers. Don't want to know. 2 rules: don't kill me. Don't want to know. All right.
If you help me drag the bodies, I'll save you for last.
Now, if I'm helping with bodies, we're gonna need some payment. All right. I'm sorry, friends
Don't
is
worry,
friends,
I'm a
but
succubus and my husband is feeding me just fine. So.
Jesus Lord, what kind of show is this? What happened? I knew it was gonna devolve, but geez, I didn't. Exotic dancers and balloons and hiding bodies. The fuck, man? This is a family show. It's a Manson family.
Poor Uncle Warren over here is getting a hard education that women are just as perverted as men are.
I got a little taste of that through my there was this place I worked in Jackson, Mississippi. This was about 30 years ago, before I got into TV and stuff. And I was working in the catalog and credit department of J.C. Penney, and I was the only dude in that whole area. My boss, my coworkers, all women, and older ladies too. I would say probably middle-aged. And I gotta tell you, that was the rockin'est crew I gotta say I've ever worked with. They were so fucking cool, and I'm 6'4", so I'm the top shelf guy. So I think that's why they liked me so much, is because they didn't have to go. Because a lot of them were like, 5'5", 5'4", something like that. And then you got tall shelves, and here I am, just like a monkey, bringing shit down, and all of a sudden, it's like they're looking at me like I got my shirt off, and there's a glow, and wow, like, oh, he's so hot. But I'm only hot because I can get shit off the top shelves, right? But
you're saying you're the man candy of this office.
I believe it. I was the giraffe man candy. I was able to grab shit on. I'm telling you, top shelf dude. If you can be a top shelf dude, that you're set for life, man. I don't know what it is, but in my experience, women just love a top shelf guy. They just like that for some reason. I don't know why. You might get somebody that's like, no, I'll get my shit myself. And my lady friend, she's like that. She's super independent. I love that about her. She's not like, what do you want to do today? What do you want to do? She's like, look, I got some shit to do. You want to go? And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let's do it. Right? But every once in a while, can you get that thing up there? You're like, oh, look at you. You're so sweet. And I don't mind doing that. I mean, maybe that's like my superpower or something. But anyway.
How tall you mind me asking?
I have to dip out. I got to work.
What's that?
Oh, that's right.
I gotta dip out. I got to work. But I'll be back. Our segment's only like 20 minutes long tonight, so.
No, they got to go make that money. Do what
I
you do, boo.
do.
Right?
We'll miss you.
Bye, guys.
Kitty likes to scratch. Anyway. Now that she's gone. No, I'm just kidding. I think every show does like somebody ducks out and you're like, all right, let's talk shit about him. I wouldn't do that.
I always think that.
Noli,
I watch not about Noli. Sorry.
What happened?
I said I couldn't possibly. Not about Noli.
No. Noli she's an angel sent straight from heaven. That's who she is, right? She just forgot her halo tonight. It's okay. The rest of her apartment was glowy and kind of like that show Moonlighting. And anyway, that was some sort of weird tangent. Shouldn't have went down. So yeah, it's a new year. It's a new you. How fucked are we in 2022? I mean, we could joke about it.
Not
I
fine.
just,
Just
I would say, like, over the past couple of years, some really wild, out of left field shit happened. So, I mean, I think aliens are going to show themselves. I think this is the year. I think they're going to be like, fuck the prime directive. Here we are, motherfuckers. You guys are fucking everything up here. Let me show you how to do this.
That way, yeah, I can see that.
You know what I
Technically,
mean?
the prime directive is a human law.
That's human law. That ain't that alien law. You know, it'd be like grandma coming over. This is what the aliens would be like, now how you doing? Oh, look at you over here. You look like you so skinny. Let me go make you something to eat. Oh, look at you. You look like you about on death's door. I'm gonna make you a poultice, and then we're gonna stir up some herbs. You know, I'm gonna give you a nice tea. That's what I think the aliens are gonna be like when they finally
That
show
would
up.
be
They're gonna
fucking awesome.
right, grandma aliens.
That would be nice.
Yes,
Picture
That would be very nice.
I'm into
these
it.
like big eyes, right? Little bodies.
I mean,
golden
they are
girl's
like
hair.
telepathic, so do you think they would know? Like they would just know, like you're bad, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you. You know, 'cause they're telepathic.
So aliens would be like half baked. The guy. from
Yeah,
Half
like
Baked.
they're not quitting a burger job. What the hell? But you know, you're right. They would they'd be able to do it telepathically, but they have senses of humor too. So they want to do the voice too. You know, like the old Jewish grandmother, like, look at you. Why don't you get a job? Who's feeding these children? You're like, whoa.
But like Ron Weasley's
Like,
mother.
We'll talk about it later. I'll make you a nice soup. How do you like that? But I mean, like, just think of the crazy shit that is plausible this year. What do you think could happen this year?
2022.
Nothing's too outlandish.
Well, I definitely think if we want to steer this bitch back towards politics, well, I definitely think we're going to see some kind of Trump family comeback. That's already happening.
Like a congressional or senator or something, like just a local race or a state race.
I don't know. I mean, maybe the kids would be a senator or something. Maybe like, yeah, I don't know. But I mean, Trump's definitely going to run again for president. I mean, that's a given, I think.
Right.
But yeah, that's a good point. I could definitely see like, Blondie make an annoying face. I can't even think of her name right now.
Oh, his daughter.
Yeah,
Ivanka.
Ivanka.
Yes.
She would definitely run for something or be in the head of a committee or something like that. I don't know. I could see that or his idiot junior son. Not Eric. Eric's too dumb for that. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, Eric's pretty fucking dumb. I mean, for a Trump, he's really dumb. And that is saying something.
Trump has the very unique ability of like being stupid in certain ways, but being super, super crafty in other ways. You know what I'm saying? Like he's very smart socially. Like he knows how to handle people. You know, he knows how to charm people. He knows how to have a conversation with pretty much anybody.
Well, he was the host of The Apprentice for years, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
Experience. And if you think about it, a lot of his base supporters, they think of elections as a joke anyway. So, you know, voting for the guy who ran Apprentice is like fucking cool, you know? So I see it. I've heard it. That's why I was like, yeah, it works. I see it could fit. I mean, those are the same people that voted like for Roseanne Barr in 2012, which, sorry, I voted for Roseanne Barr in 2012. So I can see.
No judgment. I love Roseanne until she went a little bit elderly. Honestly.
Yeah, well, it was mostly the legalization of marijuana. That's why I was like, all right, we need to get her in. If she's going to legalize marijuana, then I'm just going to vote for her. So,
yes.
But don't everybody say that? That's like kind of fringe like that. I'm like, yeah, first thing I'm gonna do is legalize pot. You know, if they get in there, they're gonna get the talk by the CIA guy that says, okay, buddy, I know you're the
Right.
president, but this is what you can
Right.
really do and what you can't do, that
Well,
kind of thing.
Well, also because I remember Roseanne Barr was like getting interviewed by a late night show or something, and she promised that if she got elected, that she would release all the classified alien stuff too. So like like Roswell and all of that. So and this was 2012. So I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. Let's hear about these aliens. So
Well,
I want her
well,
to be president now that you said that.
right.
aliens and weed? Did someone say heaven?
Let's turn this
Right.
shit
Libertarian
around
dream.
2022. Let's get it, Roseanne Barr.
Well, Jimmy, you
Oh,
made a
that was gonna be
great
quick.
point.
Don't do
Like
that. Don't do that,
talking,
Roseanne Barr.
you made a great point about how people are just like fed up with electoral politics, right? It's like I think by now, if you haven't realized that electoral politics is dead, if you hadn't figured that out yet, you're probably in one of the tribes, right? One of the cults. But there are a lot of people just like, nah, I'm not gonna vote for either one of these fuckers. Both of these parties are awful. And so like Trump comes along, you know, they saw him on the Magic Picture box all those years in The Apprentice, right? And then he shows up and he's like saying all the cool shit that these politicians want. He didn't speak like a politician. And that's what drew all them in, like, you know, flies to the honey, right? Because they were like, wait, what? I've never heard a politician speak like this. And he's running for president. You know, more please, that kind of thing,
Yeah,
you know?
spoke like a douchebag. People love that.
Right.
Mhm.
But they don't, I mean, that's the thing, though. It's like they seen him on The Apprentice and stuff like that. They didn't know what a scumbag he was in New York, you know? How people hate him in New
I think
York.
people know. I think honestly, like, okay, so I was a huge anti-Trump person, huge anti-Trump. I came to the far left, I guess, if we're considered the far left at this point. I came to you guys through the resistance and everything, you know, bullshit, Hillary, whatever. You know, I was very against Trump. I was so offended by the grab by the pussy statement. You know, that set it the fuck off for me. And then you know, I just like studied him and like fucking, you know, like analyzed everything. And then once I realized that literally every other politician does exactly what Trump did, except that they don't fucking say it out loud because they're smarter than that, then I
Right.
was like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? But so if I start to talk a little bit like I hate Trump supporters and stuff like that, like just forgive me. It's part of my conditioning. Like, you know, relax. Relax. I do disagree with Trump on a lot of shit. But you know, I now understand better the playing field. Let's put it that way. So anyway, my point is, I think that he appeals to people who love a strong man, who love a power dynamic, and who love to sort of be able to speak about things in a non-PC fashion. And that's, you know, that frankly, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. I mean, I think a lot of people too felt like, you know, in the 90s, things were changing so rapidly for a lot of ways that, like, you know, it was sort of a relief to go back to like, you know, maybe like a 50s through 70s point of view on society. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I feel like that may be a part of it. And the fact that also he really, really was able to sort of exude this like aura of wealth and success. You know what I mean? That fooled the crap out of a lot of people. And that won most people over. Even if they didn't love him, like, you know, cult of personality love him, they respected him because they thought he was a businessman who worked his way up from the bottom, which he didn't, and he wasn't. You know, I think that's, you know, a lot of people, I mean, especially when the alternative now, we're looking at Biden, who is literally like in office as the first retired president. He like literally does fuck nothing. He's literally entered the White House as his retirement plan. Like, then somebody who does things every day, somebody who executive orders things into reality starts to sound more appealing. So the fact that Biden is doing literally nothing right now and like snoozing on the couch every fucking day is making Trump look sexier and sexier to most people, I think. So that's, that's a whole other danger in itself. And I think, but again, at the end of the day, it is, like a baseball game and all the players get paid, right? So there's that too. I don't even know if I could bring myself to vote in 2022. We'll see if I have anyone good locally.
That's a great analogy when you talk about baseball, because I was going to say that Biden is like the guy who throws out the first pitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's part of the action, but he ain't doing nothing.
Right.
It's just all symbolic. It just seems like what his presence there is just symbolic. He's like the Queen
of England at this point. He comes out, he waves, he's got dogs, he goes home.
Right. Everybody knows. Everybody with a brain in their head knows that he's being controlled. They none of those ideas his. Maybe some of them are, but like, no, Joe, we can't do that. This isn't the 90s anymore. We have to. There's cameras everywhere, and we have the internet now, so we can't be doing some of this bullshit that you wanted to do back then, But and then he goes, okay.
He's also a career politician, right? So you got to imagine that the entirety of his life has been building up to this moment where he schemed relationships with companies and people all over the power structures everywhere, whatever. So right now he's just like reaping those benefits. And then dementia is setting in. You know what I'm saying? It just becomes a little bit harder every day for him to do something, not even productive, but maybe cohesive. Right. So he's the Queen of England. That's what I think.
Yeah, he's a figurehead, because everybody, I think they're all going to be figureheads from now on. I mean, probably Obama was the last one to be the straw that stirred the drink, but Trump, same way. Trump was saying shit on TV, but behind the scenes they were controlling his ass. He wants to portray this, this cartoonish alpha male. Holy crap, Joseph Firestone in the chat. What's up, Joseph? Glad you weren't here earlier. I butchered a very bad impersonation of you. I'm sorry.
Troll. You should be live right now.
Oh, I got the troll?
Yeah, well, Joe Firestone is on his own show right now, live.
Oh, okay. Fake Joe Firestone.
Trolls, enjoy your evening.
Anyway, that scares me. I don't like that. That's like some Terminator shit right there that they can replicate in the chat like that. It's digital now, but there should be robots soon. You ever see those freaky ass realistic looking robots? Like they got the one of the lady and like she has like, I think there's one there's just a head, but the facial expressions and stuff like that's some like Matrix shit, man. That's scary. Talking about heads. Yeah.
That
like blew your mind, right? With the robot heads.
I'm the kind of person that watches Disney rides on YouTube, like people filming Disney rides on YouTube. And there's a new Beauty and the Beast one in Tokyo, and the animatronics for that, it's literally like you're watching like a cartoon move. Like it's creepy. It's creepy. It gets really
I don't
detailed.
Like that. That's unnatural. Jimmy, you want to weigh in? Do you have robot stories, or you have an opinion on fake? Look at you. Are you baked?
No, I am pretty stoned right now.
So. Is that how you are? Yeah. Everybody's different when they're stoned, right? There's some people that are just like, and then you got the ones in the back. Then Jimmy's in the back.
I'm definitely the quiet one for sure. Yeah, no, I don't have any crazy. As long as they're harmless, I fucking love robots. Robots are cool. I need one to clean my house, so if anyone knows of one.
You get a Roomba. You can get those. Oh, you mean like to actually like pick up clothes?
Like
and
a robot maid, like from the George Jetsons. Yeah.
You ever seen that show, Black Mirror? You ever seen that show? You like that?
Yeah, it's scary.
They had like a fully serviceable robot on there, if you know what I mean. That means.
I was just gonna say, like, if you're a former exotic dancer, would you be afraid that like robots would take over part of that industry?
Oh, like the movie AI?
Yes, exactly like the movie AI, because it was horrifying.
I see where the worry of that is, but I've never even been competitive with other dancers, so no, I would just bring them on stage and split the money. So
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, that's cool. It's kind of
yeah.
like a communistic experience with the tips.
Yeah. Anytime
Oh,
us girls would go on stage together, we'd split the tips 50-50 that we made on stage.
oh,
So
that's
yeah, I'd
cool.
do that with a robot. Shit, I don't give a fuck.
Robots don't need no
If anything,
money.
she's benefiting me.
They
If
need
anything, she's benefiting me. She's the one that's going to bring all the customers up to the stage, so I might as well take advantage of that. So
Well, what's a robot gonna buy with money?
That's cool.
It's a robot. You go in the corner, plug in, you're done. And then you wake up the next day.
New outfit.
Come on.
New outfits, high heels, fishnets,
Yeah.
makeup. You got all
Yeah.
the accessories you got to get. It's fun.
That sounds like my budget, baby. Oh.
You can get stilettos from like 6 inches to like, I think they go up to like 12 now. So
Oh my God.
yeah, I've done
I'm afraid
10.
of heights.
That's
I
it.
couldn't do that.
Jesus. See, like, okay, let's take a moment to appreciate that. If you're dancing in 10-inch heels, you are an acrobat. You are a athlete. You're a goddess.
I'm 5'3".
I don't care, but that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thank you. They're fun.
Seriously,
I do miss it. My favorite thing was to like lay back and put my legs out and then just smack really loud with my 10-inch heels. Dude, the whole fucking bar would just be like, what the fuck was that? Was that a gunshot? And I'd be like, what's up? Come and tip me, bitches. Let's go.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
Still doing that? I can imagine you breaking a heel and then flying off into the audience.
Yeah, for sure. They've happened before.
And then you take the heel, which is about like, a foot long, and in like slow motion, like 300 frames per second, you throw it and it just like skeet, 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 all in 300 frames per second. So it just goes real slow. Yeah, that's a good. That's a good segue. Have either one of you ever whooped somebody's ass before? I mean, like, pop, get one in the mouth, bitch. Like, I want to hear a whoop ass story.
Oh yeah, tell it, Jimmy.
The last time I got into a fight, I was actually really shocked that I ended up winning the fight because I didn't think I was going to. But so okay, this is some tea. Okay, so my friend was seeing this guy and she needed a ride home from him. So we were working at the bar. Me and her were working at the bar together, and she needed a ride home from him. So she asked me to go outside to see if he was still available to give her a ride home. And so I went out there and I asked him, thinking it was nothing, not knowing that his wife was right there. And his wife got really mad at me and started trying to fight with me. And then I ended up really hurting her really bad. I guess the ambulance got called and stuff, which she ended up being fine and everything. I think she just had like a broken nose or something like that. Nothing big. She just freaking out because of all the blood. And yeah, that was the last time I got into a fight.
That sounds like
awesome story.
I felt horrible because for 2 weeks I'm like, did I win this? I don't know if I won this. Like, I feel like I won this. And then like after 2 weeks, that was when the manager came up to me and was like, girl, you won that fight. I didn't think you were going to win that fight, but you won that fight. And I'm fucking proud of you. And I'm like, I did do it, right? I fucking did it, right? Okay, this is awesome. All right, I did it. So.
Yes, absolutely. Ding, ding, ding. You're the fucking champion on that story. That was beautiful.
Yeah. I come to find out, like, because I was dancing in like this podonky town that's like connected to a Air Force base, and there's a lot of like tweakers and crackheads, just everywhere. Like, that's just what's there. And so the girl was really like known in that town for being like the bad bitch, like one of those like really hardcore ones. And I think I just caught her off guard, or she wasn't expecting me to fight. So when I punched her, she just went into defense mode. I don't know what happened, but I'm happy that I won. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Get it. So when you pop a bitch, it's the bad bitch. Yes.
I mean, there's been times where like one of the dancers was I had a crush on one of the guys that was coming into the bar, and she ended up sleeping with him, so we got into an argument and a fight, and she tried to kick me, but I was wearing suspenders and her foot got wrapped around my suspenders. So she was falling backwards, but she didn't actually hit the ground. She was just kind of like swinging there, and so we just ended up laughing, and so that was a good one.
Whoa!
Right. Violet,
she
if
was
you see
literally
this,
like
I love you, sis.
So she was literally hanging by her heel, like off your boob on the suspender.
Yeah. The manager had to like untangle us and was like, "Girls, are you really fighting? You guys are like practically sisters." We're like, "You're right. This is stupid." Over a guy. Let's go take his movie.
That's
That is
fucking
so-
awesome.
That's how look. I've never been in a fight in my life because A, I'm a lover, not a fighter, and B, I know how to talk that shit to get out of getting my ass whooped. And I'm a fast runner, so and I can drive, so I can steal a car. But there was this one time in junior high, I had to defend my sister's honor, right? So my sister worked at the local Piggly Wiggly, and
Wait,
true.
stop. Is that really what it was called?
You've never heard of Piggly Wiggly?
I've heard of it, but I thought it didn't really exist. I thought it was part of a cartoon or something. That
You
was a real
thought it
thing.
was a mere legend.
I
Yes.
thought the tale of the
The
Piggly
legend
Wiggly.
of the Piggly Wiggly. Jimmy, you ever heard of Piggly Wiggly?
Yeah.
That's some rural shit right there. You don't
No,
see
maybe it's
Piggly
just me.
Wiggly, and you ain't gonna see that.
I'm a Jersey
in,
girl. Maybe that's why. Sorry, guys. Go on
Yeah,
with your
that-
story.
No,
Yeah, I
I
was
think
about to
there's
say.
a movie like in the early 2000s where this girl worked at a Piggly Wiggly and she met some movie star. It's like a Cinderella type story movie from the 2000s, and that's where I know it from. I knew it was a real place because I Googled it. So
I think that movie was
I
called.
was like, "There's no fucking way a grocery store is named after like your pinky toe." So
It's a grocery
there it is.
store?
It's a grocery store, right?
Oh shit! Yeah, that's a straight up.
That's what I thought. It's a grocery
No,
store.
Piggly Wiggly, man.
Yeah.
I thought you would drive up and the speaker would be like a little pig with a hat on, and you're like, "We're gonna get a oink, deal today."
No, it's a legit grocery store, like Stater Brothers or Albertsons or something.
Girl,
Hang
you
on a
blew my
second.
mind.
I don't.
Yes.
This is okay. Wait a minute. So, hang on a second. We might lose you
I'm
for
so
a
sorry.
second.
You're totally telling
Uh-oh.
the story about your sister. Please continue.
All right, never mind. I was going to show you the
What?
thing. I don't have it set up, but anyway, let me get out of this. So Piggly Wiggly. Well, I'm from a small town in Mississippi, South Mississippi, right? Wiggins, Mississippi. So you had a Piggly Wiggly, but we didn't say Piggly Wiggly like, the proper pronunciation. It was Piggly Wiggly, right? You southern.
Yeah.
You say going, and you don't even say Piggly Wiggly because everybody knows Piggly Wiggly. You say I'm going to the pig. I gotta go get some milk. Get in the car. Where are we going? Like, fuck, I told you we're going to the pig, and then we're gonna go to Sonic afterwards because there was a Sonic drive-through right next to the pig, and yeah. So my sister worked there at the pig, and this dickhead that I knew, his brother worked there too, and he told me that my sister was a slut, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna whoop that ass." So it was the classic meet me after school, right? And that was it. It was there was no crowd. It was just me and him. He showed up, and he took a swing at me, and he barely clipped like the tip of my chin. And then I fell backwards and I tripped, and he was a good, like, for a junior high kid, it was scary because he was a good 300 pounds. And he tripped because he swung, and then he went forward and he basically fell on me and sat on me, and I couldn't get up. And I was like 110 pounds wet, soaking wet, right? I was a little skinny guy. I hadn't discovered beer and pot yet, so I was itty bitty. And he just, and we looked like the letter D, right? Like if you took a capital D, If you took a capital D and then put it the flat side down, he was the bubble part and I was the straight part of the D.
So literally this fight involved both of you throwing punches and missing and then falling over and ending up in a letter D. That's almost magical. It's like kind of like a beautiful accident.
I'm amazed they didn't make a Disney movie out of that son of a bitch. That was just crazy.
That should be the beginning of the Disney movie. Do 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 do.
And then we had wacky adventures ever after that. So no, I never did get to I think I forgot what we were fighting about, and then we just, you know, it was junior high. It was pretty fucked up. So, but it was small town. So, I mean, we all lived in small towns. You know, kind of crazy shit. You know, Bess, you're like big city 24/7. You're at your secret location there with no purple behind you. Very disappointed that you know.
Right up the highway.
So Bess is big city. And me and Jimmy, we country folks, but you know now we you know we got to taste.
I'm an hour outside of New York. I grew up in Jersey, so.
All right. Well, yeah, then me being an hour outside of New Orleans kind of counts because that's kind of a big city. I got a little metropolitan training down there. I learned how to drive in New Orleans. That's no mean feat. You know the saying is they don't use their brakes; they use their horns. And
I'm an hour outside of LA. I won't drive there though. So.
I drove there a couple times. Look, trust me, when you've driven, I used to drive all the time. I haven't driven now probably in about 20 years since I got out of the South. It's not for me. But when I was there, I drove in New Orleans at rush hour. And I moved out to L.A. in 2003, and a buddy of mine lent me her car, and I was driving down the L.A. freeway, and I was like, what am I afraid of? This is nothing, you know, because New Orleans, it's like something out of a Pixar movie. It's like, there's shit all over the place, and cars going up in the air like it's Star Wars and shit like that.
That sounds cool. I want to go.
Wait, Bess, you never said if you whooped somebody's ass or not. I didn't want to.
Oh, no. So not purposely, but I did accidentally break someone's hand, and I was glad that I did it. If that counts.
That's right.
I am definitely, you know, not at all a confrontational person. I'm the kind of person who talks her way out of everything. I'm the kind of person that's like, take my person, go, you know, whatever. Like, I don't fight. But
all right. Well, if you guys ever want some training in pettiness, come my way, okay?
Actually, I will. Thank you. That's a very.
Hey, when the robots come, we're gonna have to learn how to fight them.
Develop that skill when I was young. You know what I'm saying? It's a skill. It's a skill, and it's a defensive skill too. So we're gonna talk later.
You got it.
Well,
but yeah. So I was in middle school. I'm sorry. Were you saying something?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, I didn't hear you. Sorry. So I was in middle school, and my mom was a teacher at a private middle school, so I went there, and they made us, instead of having gym, they made us play field hockey. You couldn't play soccer as a girl. You could only play field hockey. Not that I really give much of a shit because I don't want to run. So whatever, it all sucked. But anyway, so they thought they were being revolutionary and decided that these two idiot 8th grade assholes would be allowed to join the field hockey team, even though no girls were allowed on the soccer teams. Like, that makes no sense. But they did. And this guy was like a notorious bully. Everybody hated him. And, you know, yeah, the full story. He ended up going to military school after that year, whatever. So anyway, so I'm out on the field. I'm just trying to mind my own fucking business. I got a ball in my stick, and I'm just like kind of dicking around. I've got to pee really bad, but I'm planning to wait until practice starts so that I can get out of practice and go to the bathroom. And so he comes up to me right before practice starts, and I'm just like digging around this ball. He takes the ball away from me, like with his stick, and like just steals it and then like moves over 10 feet and plays with it himself. And I'm like, there was no need for that. He's just fucking with me. What a dick. So I came up from behind him, and I flinged out my stick in front of him, and you're never supposed to do that because you can't really see what you're doing. Like his body was between my body and my hand, if you can sort of picture that. And my stick hit his hand and he broke it. I was suspended from the team for the rest of that year, which meant that I didn't have to play. So it worked out awesomely for me. Literally everybody in school thought I was cool because this guy was a dick. And I don't regret it at all. So there you go.
You're fucking right.
That is fucking awesome. That should be another Disney movie right there.
For you.
I know, right? Karma is a great adjuster. Some people haven't been adjusted yet by karma, but when they do, it's going to be a doozy. But you see it in like real time, like when shit like that happens. But it's like, you know, we need a little justice. My favorite term
is karma is a dish best served cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's nice.
It means I'm patient. I can wait, and it still will get me just as good. So,
I have this thing about hitting people, like getting into physical fights with people, because I've seen too many movies and instructional videos on how to kill somebody, like with your bare hands, and I just don't want. I don't want to find out I'm like a Manchurian candidate or something. Somebody says the right word, to me, and all of a sudden, because
all of a sudden your MK Ultra kicks in.
Right. I'm back in Montauk in the chair, man.
Super soldier.
On the USS That's Eldridge, great. Man. Fuck yeah, the fucking Philadelphia experiment. Woo, time travel for the win. And then, but I think I could beat some robots' asses, though, because when those things start coming, I'm going to start. Because I used to have really bad anger management issues, but I would never take it out on people or animals or anything living like that. I beat the fuck out of some walls, though, and my dad still, he well, God rest his soul, he might know now where that dent came from in his car. It was a deer hit it, Dad, in the driveway. Yeah, man, that deer was crazy. I think he was on he was on crank or, Have you ever, this is kind of a tangent, but have you ever heard of that drug called crocodile?
Oof. Yes. Oh my God.
Oh, Jimmy knows. Oh, Jimmy tell you that story about that crocodile.
Have you seen what happens to people? Do you see what happens to people's legs and shit?
What? Tell me about this.
I've seen gangrene in real life. Like, nah, I'm cool.
Supposedly it's like some sort of it's like meth and gasoline or some shit like that. I don't know if it's meth, but it's something like in the neighborhood. PCP and gasoline. Gasoline's involved. And then it eats through your skin. There's
because you inject it.
Yeah, if you inject it. And I saw pictures.
Immediately?
Yeah. Well, no, not immediately. I mean, it could take some time. But what's scary is that there were videos of people whose leg was half gone and they're still doing it. Like they're so addicted to it that they're dying right in front of their face. They are literally dying and they're still taking it. It was the worst. It really got big in Russia. I think that's where it really started, but it came out here for a little bit right before bath salts were big. It was right before bath salts. So
Shit.
Yeah. I saw a few stories down in Florida about that too. Florida's going to have them. Florida's got the bath salts. They got the crocodile. That's the crazy fun factory down there. It's like the craziest things you can think of. It probably happened in Florida first.
What happens in Florida is that people slowly turn into crocodiles and then just slide into the water. Right? Or do they have alligators?
Imagine a whole fucking state full of Goombas from Mario Bros.
I got
most accurate thing.
Reef Breland's in the chat and he's from Florida, and he's giving me the confirmation yeah, that shit's real.
That's some Florida shit right there.
That might be, I don't know. There's different levels of Florida though, because you got Panhandle, Florida. That's your Floribama folks right there. You know, your Florida, those people right there near Bama and Georgia. Shit, that's some banjo country right there. But then you get down to like Middle Florida. I don't really know what Middle Florida is. I think one of my sisters lives there. And then you got South Florida, and it's like, you know, a lot of Cuban influence and stuff like that. But like South
Middle
Florida,
the
North
suburbs,
Florida.
and people who like Disney World too much.
Right. I think
Just out there too.
yeah. And so and Florida's not a small state. It's pretty damn big, you know. I've been down to Pensacola and Panama City a couple of times, and you know, but I grew up on the Mississippi coast too, so it was kind of the same thing. You have like nice beach, you know, the water was shit, but you know the beach was nice, and yeah,
We
so
called it the taint of America. Sorry.
Yeah.
the panhandle's the taint. Yeah, that makes sense. Then you have the shaft. You know,
I used to call California the armpit of America.
I thought that was Jersey.
No.
I thought that was Mississippi.
Are we like the pubic mound? If Florida is the penis, are we like the pubic mound in Jersey?
I think that would be wouldn't that be like a man teat? Wouldn't it? Because it's north. You know, you got
All right,
like,
next.
hey, you know, we're talking about Florida
Being
sex.
specific on like parts.
Phallus, Florida. Jeez
Florida.
Louise.
Florida.
Ala Florida.
That's it. I'm calling it Florida now.
Florida.
I love it.
The water down there must be cold too, because somebody's a little dippy.
Yeah, what is the opposite of phallic? Where it goes straight down instead of straight up.
Oh, I guess it'd be flaccid, right? Florida.
There's that. Isn't there that city in Croatia called Erectopolis or something like that? Or no, I just made that up.
Oh
That's not a real
no.
thing. Well, if we're going from because there are a lot of elderly people that retired down there, so you know, and it's not a blue state, because if it was a blue state, it would be a Viagra, and you could get anyway. I don't know how we got down that stream.
Thanks, Pfizer.
That wasn't a stream of consciousness. That was like a broken sewer pipe of consciousness there. So I think it was nice.
Of consciousness, but bump.
That's all. Just getting it out.
I was in the pool, you know, the water. I just want to shout out some folks in the chat. I had these. I'm gonna tell you right now. I took 2 of those edibles, and oh boy, you know, things are a little kooky, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You know what I mean? Or can you get? It's been like an hour 40 minutes. How long can you go? I don't want to keep anybody if you got something pressing to do, like, you know, TV dinner or something. Can you hang out a little longer? Did the trees scare you?
No, you're good.
Bess, she was on a show with Joe Firestone last night, and she had these drapes behind her that looked like gray trees bark, and I thought she was getting attacked in a forest. And that wasn't the case.
How fucked up were you?
I was pretty fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. But
It was funny.
yeah.
That sounds
was funny.
good, though. I did see that stream. I have to check it out.
See, Jimmy, this is
It's
what I
just
do.
my curtains. All it is my curtains in my bedroom. So my curtains are black, and they've got like these thin silver pinstripes with little glitter all over it, and I
looks
love
like
it.
the
So he
devil.
thinks he thinks they're a bunch of black trees in the background, but it's just all the little lines on my curtain.
Look, I'm just
It's
saying,
so
don't trust trees. The trees don't look like they're going anywhere, but trees will fuck up
Trees
some
are
shit.
my
So
friend. I love trees.
for now, yeah.
Trees are the best.
Till you start getting
Except for when they have
cold.
snow on them, then they suck.
Right.
That's the crap.
That's nature's dandruff.
Yeah.
You should probably get that tree
shit's
some head
scary.
and shoulders.
That's a scary thing. I've never had a fear of that until I came up here, because the snow will like stick just like and ice up on there, and then it'll get too heavy and it'll drop it. And these trees, they're pine trees, so they're like hundreds of feet tall, and just these huge chunks just come falling down. I hear it on my roof sometimes. It's fucking scary. I'm like, there's no way I could ever have that land on my head and live through that. Hell no.
Well, let me ask you something. How long have you lived in that summer camp from Friday the 13th? Because that's a straight getting those Freaky Friday vibes from all that dark. Your shit, like you look fine, but the rest of all that behind you looks like a security camera. And I've seen too many Woods security camera videos on YouTube where like some little alien dude's like, "Wah!" Or something like that, or some shit with 6 legs. You don't know what the fuck it is. You're like, the fuck? And it's always in the woods. Always in the woods. Are you like in deep woods? Like, off the grid woods?
No, definitely not off the grid woods. I have next door neighbors and shit. So, but it feels like it's off the grid, like kind of, sort of, like we still have like the amenities, like a grocery store or, a next door neighbor, things like that. But we're very community, and like I get my eggs from my next door neighbor, or like there's no street lights here. I think there's like maybe 4 or 5 stop signs. There's no sidewalks because it's all windy mountain roads. So like to get from here to the next town takes like 30 minutes just because all the roads are like this all the way. So actually right now the main entrance and exit to get off of this mountain down to the bottom of the mountain to the city, we just got washed out from heavy rain. So they're refixing it and it's closed probably for the next month or 2. So yeah, it's nuts. It feels off the grid, but then it doesn't feel off the grid. So
you're in Bigfoot country, right? There's some big feets around there.
Oh my god, they're ridiculous, dude. They have meetings and shit. It's so annoying.
Do they pop balloons at these meetings?
Dude,
we brought it back.
They are so serious about it. Somebody out here almost sued our county because they didn't believe her. Like they're nuts. They're crazy. They're absolutely crazy.
They sued the county because they didn't believe she saw a Bigfoot.
Yep, and she wanted somebody to go and look into it, and they didn't, and so she tried to sue. They're crazy.
Plot twist: she went to court, and her lawyer was a Bigfoot. What? Bigfoot lawyer, Your Honor. It's like that caveman lawyer from Saturday Night Live. They just ripping it off. It's just Bigfoot, like, Your Honor. And he starts throwing rocks at the judge. But then somebody gives him a beef jerky, and he's like, oh, okay, all right. And then he gets back to the case, and he's really good. He's really good. Passed the bar the first time.
I thought you were going to go with a really nice one with a suit. Like, it's so easy a caveman could do it.
All right, yeah. No, I got my original shit. I don't steal from people. There's no damn caveman. Although
you don't think in commercials and movies and music?
I don't think people with that much body hair should wear a suit. I mean, seriously, just shave that shit off. Come on, man. Robin Williams, R.I.P. But my God, hair sweater, dude. I don't want to tell tales out of school or TMI, but let's just say that I have like linoleum. I don't have like any kind of carpet. Well, under here and here, and well, there's carpet in the basement, but and because I'm a ginger, it looks like Ronald McDonald. It's scary. Did somebody say McDonald's? But anyway, yeah. The more you know, star, shave that ass if it looks like you're wearing a toupee on your butt.
That's right.
Right? I don't know.
right.
I mean, this is too personal a question. Do you like hairy people? Either one of you? Are you? What, is
Yes,
that going?
Yeah.
I love
So,
hairy men.
yeah.
It depends. I've had hairy boyfriends. My girlfriend currently doesn't like that I'm hairy, so now I'm the hairy one.
Yes. Can you train my husband to be okay with it? I'm so sick of shaving my legs. I'm over it.
Oh,
I'm
me
fucking over
too.
it. So done.
I
Like
dated this.
I
Oh, go ahead.
stopped. Honestly, I stopped like a few years ago because I have back problems and I just can't fucking handle it anymore. But yeah, I just can we just all get over it? Like, women are human. I have hair on my arms too. I'm not gonna fucking apologize or shave for that or dye it. I know people do that.
Yep, they sure do.
Whatevs.
What's
No,
great?
I love hairy men. That's like one of my top faves. And my husband, if you actually like look at his face, he's got like, he's full beard, like long in the front right here. He's got long hair, like almost as long as mine. But from the neck down, he's like a full blown Englishman. He is bald as a baby's booty. So it's great.
He was earlier in the show. He was in the background there, and he did look like one of those wildlife caught on security camera in the woods things. But he also looked like Duck Dynasty because he had that. I thought
That's what my mom, my sister, my whole family says, that he looks like he's related to the guys from Duck Dynasty. But me personally, he is my personal wish version of Rob Zombie. He's my wish version of Rob Zombie.
Aw, that's
Yes.
awesome. Good
Yeah.
choice.
No, it was a very kempt beard. I liked it. He had the kind of beard that would be like on old ancient coins. People on old ancient coins, they would have like some sort of like flowing, like Harry Potter's gonna fly out of that shit or something.
I think he's aiming for like the ZZ Top thing. The older that he gets, like he just wants that just long beard down to his waist or something like ZZ Top. I think that's what he's aiming for.
Yes, I fully support that. I wish
going gray.
If I were a dude, I could have a giant beard and I would braid it. I would like put beads in it and shit. I would do all kinds of weird, crazy. I would dye it.
Yep.
We
I
can
don't
make
even know
those
what my
dreams
husband
come
looks
true.
like without a beard.
Really?
I mean, unfortunately, I could because I do shave my face. That is the one thing I do still shave constantly. That my face and my pits, and I do have like full on like pubes, pretty much from here to here. But it's like it's like that young fat guy in Game of Thrones, if anybody watched that, where it's just like scraggly and terrible looking. Like I couldn't grow it out to be a beautiful rich beard, otherwise I would be a bearded lady. That's that hands down. Hands down, I would make it.
That dude's
Keep
gonna be in
shaving it,
the,
it should grow out thicker.
Who is the director that did like 2012 and Independence Day? Who is that director? And he's got a new movie coming out, and it's the moon that's gonna fall. It's all his shit is always like smoke some weed. What if the moon fell out of orbit and hit the Earth? CG, But that guy from Game of Thrones, he's in that movie. So I like how,
Roland Emmerich.
Roland Emmerich, yes.
I can't see, but
thank you, Jimmy,
right.
and your science. We must always please the science, for it pleases us.
Are you speaking Dalek to me right now? Because that's hot.
Oh my god!
Exterminate! That dude was your boy was in the chat earlier. Your Dalek boy.
I know you guys exterminated him. I'm sad.
I know. Well, he's gonna try and enslave the human race, man. What the fuck, man? I mean, he's your buddy, but kind of we don't want to repeat shit from 60 years ago.
We're pissing him off so that Doctor Who will come over here and take me away to wherever, because I want to be his next girl. So I'm working on it.
Jealous.
Okay?
I'll be so jealous of you.
She's a woman now. Let's do this.
Yeah. And she's definitely a les. Like, I'm sure that
she's definitely got that les vibe about her.
Vibe.
It's super hot. Yeah.
Absolutely. Love it. Love it.
Yes. More, please. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was going to be at school. This is awesome.
Sorry, I'm married. I'm not blind.
this is kind of a side story from what you were talking when we were talking about the hairy people. Because I dated this lady. She was like 4 years older than me, older lady. Le cougar. Meow. And then Daddy liked, but she had one nipple that had a really long hair sticking out of it, right? And I thought that was the bestest thing ever. I was just like, and she was subconscious about it, right? You know, she's like, and she had kind of a country accent too, so she's like, Warren, I'm sorry about my titty with that one hair that's sticking out. And I'm like, no, baby, it's great. I love that one hair. That's like, it's like a landmark to me because there's like little areas. Anyway, so to make sure I was in the right landing spot, I'd feel around for the hair and oh, there it is. And she said, okay. I clip them off, but they just grow back. I said, no, baby, don't clip them. No. I mean, you know. You do what you want. I appreciate your independence, but for me, don't clip that hair. That's my. Anyway, so that just made me think of that. I probably overshared the fuck out of that. Sorry.
No, that was a beautiful story of acceptance and love. I'm really glad you shared it.
We're just girls, right? We're just talking. Anyway.
That's right. That's right.
I love talking to people that are behind the curtain that, because like dudes, they say their shit and then ladies talk, to each other in their own lady codes and stuff. And I'm like, I'm Mrs. Kravitz peeking in the window to see what, Darren and the witch are doing. Like, uh-oh. So that's how I learned. That's how I learned from women is like I just listen and I just hear some really good stuff, but then I hear the craziest shit and I'm like, wow, that's a hell of a mix. There
is.
I don't know, variety's the spice of life. I like dames. I like learning from broads. They teach me so much. One thing I gotta say though that I feel bad about is like because I have friends, I call them my tough chick friends, and because they're just like they'll curse like a sailor just like me, and they'll we'll say dirty shit about people, and most of them are lesbians, which is great because we'll talk about women and I bang that shit at the fucking Fat Burger. I take her in and out if you know what I'm saying. LA jokes.
Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly
Wiggly. Mm-hmm.
Piggly Wiggly. You been to the Pig? Go down there to the store, get me a gallon of milk. Where? At the Pig? Where else you gonna get it, Sonic? Stupid. But I always wanted because I grew up here, so I would hear chicks, right? And I would hear ladies calling that chick. She was doing that. I was like, chicks. I always like that name. So I'm always afraid around certain people to say chick because I don't want to get, the wrath. But I'm just saying chick, like chick to me is like a cool lady. She's a cool chick, right? And since I've been in New York,
my mom was like offended by the word chick. My mom and my godmother, I think, were both completely offended by chick. But I used to call ladies chicks. Now I call them bitches, and I guess that's more offensive.
My term of endearment, call them bitches. Like turn that shit bad to good. Like that's right. That's my new thing. I call all my girls bitches. Those are my
yes.
See, like, I can't do that.
Seriously, absolutely.
No, you can't.
I can't. No. It's like
you're part of the girls right now, so you can right now.
I mean, I've said it to deserving ones.
Do it. Say, hey, bitches.
Hey, bitches.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah, it is like context. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's definitely context. Yeah, like if you like you call the right person a chick, you're usually like, hey, what's up, dude? You usually get a dude back. I usually get a dude back if I throw out a chick, and it hits correctly. And it does what I intended it to do, and I get the dude back. That's all I'm doing. I'm exchanging a chick for a dude. And if I get well, if there's two dudes, there's like, hey chick, you're like, oh hey dude. Then there's like, hey chick, and then there's dude. That disgust dude, and I don't want that. I just want a regular ass dude. Like, hey dude. We should probably wrap this up. We're getting close to
Reef
2
said-
hours.
Reef wants you to say yes, queen.
Who,
Do
Warren or me?
Yes, queen. I used to
Ooh,
look.
nice.
You are awesome. That was good. Holy crap.
Look, speaking of context, I've always liked to impersonate effeminate voices, just because I just think it's a funny voice to me. Not particular ones on people, but just like the in general, But I'm afraid to do that around certain people. I don't want to piss them off, make them think I'm like some hater or something. But sometimes I just want to. Look at that tasty steak that's riding on his ass. I just want to take a bite. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
I got some
I
A1
know.
sauce I want to give him. I want that A1 on that burger.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's slider. See, but I can't do that. Now you know the context, right? But other people, they take that offensively, and I can't go to certain places anymore.
Piss somebody off. I can't even care. Don't care. Nobody.
Did you chicks have a good time tonight? See, it was pretty.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you little smoky,
Thank you.
little cannabis for the rest of us, right?
Yay. I just want to say, I matched with my weed today. Because of California, we get like really cool weed stuff. So I wore pink today, even though I don't really like pink very much. But I wore pink today because look at how pretty it is.
Wow.
You can't tell me that's not gorgeous. It's all shiny.
It's like unicorn weed.
Yes. I was like, I'm matching my weed today and I have to show it off at least once. So there it is.
I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous.
Does Jersey have legal weed? Didn't they legalize
technically it's legal now, but we can't sell it yet legally in stores. So we have medical weed, and street weed is obviously easy-ish to get, but we can't go to a store and buy it. Because I don't think even street weed's illegal at this point. Like I think it's just, we're just waiting for the infrastructure to be put in place or whatever. So I cannot wait for the day that I can just go to a fucking dispensary and pick up some weed.
You are going to be so spoiled. It's awesome. I can't wait for you to do that.
Thank you. You asked me what my 5-year goal was, Warren. My 5-year goal is to be completely fucking wasted, okay? I want to be high all the time, 24/7. That is my 5-year goal. Thank you.
That's a goal.
So you basically want to be me for the last 30 years. Okay, that's a goal. I wouldn't recommend that particular one, but I like the getting fucked up part. That was pretty good. Yeah, this was a blast. I want to do this some more.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
We should, friend of the show, Bess, now Jimmy, but Bess was a returning champion, so next time you come on, Jimmy, you'll be a returning champion.
Rock on.
And let me just make sure. I always like to shout out. At least I don't read all the stuff in the chat. You know how chat is. Sometimes there's a whole different conversation going on. People are talking about, do you have your nipples pierced or something like that? And we're talking about foreign policy or some shit like that. Anyway, I think everybody, Mystery. Oh, Noli said, "Fuck you, losers." She isn't saying that. I'm saying that she says this. She said, "Fuck you, losers." I'm in the chat now. She downgraded. She went from first class to business.
That's right.
Hope it's a short flight.
Good for her.
Ass.
Congratulations.
Bitches. Bitches. Girl, you already know. I like that one. I like to tilt my head and go, "You already know." I think that's everybody. All right, so we'll go with Tree Lady first, so she can get to safe ground away from the trees that will attack you eventually. Keep smoking that weed.
Thank you.
Shout yourself out, where people can find you, what you got going on, that sort of thing, please.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jimi Saves World and Facebook at Jimi Sunderland. And I just got a new Fortnite name today. I'm so excited because I play Fortnite. It's called Eat My Beauty 69.
Nice.
You're welcome.
I got on that tangent. I just gotta say this: there was a Stranger Things pop-up store here in the city, and inside it they had an arcade from the '80s, right? And they had I think, what was it? Was it Dig Dug? I can't remember. It was it was Galaga, and I got the top because they just plugged it in, so the top score was real low. Anyway, I got the top score, and then I put my initials ASS, because that's what you do.
Yeah, that's what you do. That's right.
Ass was always the high score. Or some people like sex, but that was all the sexy people. That wasn't sexy. I liked ass, so I just put ass. Anyway, it might be a universal thing. I don't know. Miss Bess, where the who's, the what's, the where's, the why's, do your thing.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, you can find me at Malensplain on Twitter. You can find me at malensplain.com with all my other links. I got some donation links there. Please help me out if you can. And you can find my show on YouTube. And thanks for everything. This has been awesome. This was so great. So great to meet you, Jimmy. This was so much fun. Noli, it was great to meet you too. I'm sorry you left early, but let's do this again for sure.
Definitely.
I was passing notes with Jimmy in the chat last night with Joe Firestone, and then he read one of them, and I was like, oh shit, Joe knows I'm not paying attention. Anyway, next time you see Joe, tell him my apologies. I was paying attention. I'm just a silly person.
You're good.
I don't like to piss off my elders, man. I'm old school. Anyway, I don't normally ask people to do this, but just please like, share, and subscribe to this. We want to get more people on like these fine chicks right here. We're good. Okay. Checks, notes, okay with chicks. Okay. So this is a new year, a new you. Everybody, the space is expanding as more people get in here. I just want to say, y'all my sisters, I love you very much. Let's all help each other out. We got KRTD, Indie News Network. There's Mikasa Sukasa out there, the Hard Lens Media guys and gals up there. Of course, all the independents. Franco's with Mikasa Sukasa. Anyway, you know all the regulars. Let's get everybody together for a champagne jam. And help people and inform them. Have a good night, ladies. Have a good night, chat. Any final words, Jimmy? Thoughts, prayers?
Nope.
You don't want to whoop nobody's ass.
Yep.
You want to do like a wrestler goodbye, like I will settle this in the squared circle, and then just call it some rando. All right, ladies. Bess, you good?
All good. Thank you.
I'm going to miss that smile. I'm going to miss that smile. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to draw a picture of it, and that's going to help me sleep tonight. We're all silly. No, it was great. I had a good time. Thank you. We'll do this again soon. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. And as always, please wash your ass. Don't have a dirty ass. Nobody likes that.